I just got back from the grocery store, and these leeks here cost me $3. This seed packet is supposed to be $2.99, but we caught it on sale together. 3 little onions for $3 versus probably over 100 for $3. Let's go. This packet of seeds cost me the exact same price, and on the inside there's probably 100 to 200. And if you do the math, that's almost $600 worth of produce right here in my hand. The problem is most people think they need acres and upon acres of space to grow these and fancy seed starting containers and setups to start. Good news is you really don't. Today I'm going to show you the community sow method. We're going to turn this one recycled tub into a year's worth of food without any synthetic chemicals, and for literally pennies a plant. Let's get growing. The first mistake to avoid is that Leeks hate shallow shoots. If you put them in these tiny seed starting trays, they'll run out of space within just a few weeks, and you're going to end up with weak, skinny transplants. Leeks have massive root systems. They don't mind being crowded when it comes to side, but they need plenty of space to go down. I'm going to be reusing this repurposed container, and it's about 4 inches deep. That's going to be your magic number for whatever container you want to use. It lets the roots stretch out long before we ever even put them in the ground. Since we keep things simple here, just make sure you punch plenty of drainage holes in the bottom of whatever container you're using. Leeks like water, but they don't like to swim. For the soil, we keep it as clean as we possibly can. We take 12 quarts of Fox Farm Happy Frogs, run it through a sieve, get all the big chunky parts out. Then we go ahead and take 4 pounds of worm castings, which comes out to about 3 quarts, and we mix that in to the soil as well after sifting it, just to make sure there's no big chunks in there as well. Your seeds will have plenty of nutrients in them for germination. Then you have to start pushing fertilizer, but what we've noticed is with using a little worm casting in there, you get a more healthy plant, and it seems to handle transplant a lot better. Fill your tub about 1 inch from the top, and here's a real trick for you. Go ahead and tamp it down just a little bit to make a flat surface. If the surface is bumpy and uneven, the seeds will actually roll down into little valleys and whatnot and grow in big bunches instead of being spread out a little bit. We want a nice flat dance floor for these seeds. And now we sow. And we're going to break a lot of rules here, so be prepared. We are not doing rows. We are simply broadcasting these seeds. I'm going to sprinkle seeds in here just to the point where it looks like it is very well seasoned all the way across the top. It looks crowded, right? That's actually exactly what we want. Onions, leeks, chives, so on and so forth are the only plants that actually enjoy being planted in a community style like this. And it gives them the benefit that they will actually hold each other up while they're growing tall. Go ahead and cover them lightly, maybe 1/4 inch. Don't bury them super deep, just enough to tuck them in and put them to bed. Now here's the secret that's going to separate you from wispy, grass-like transplant to thick, pencil-like transplant later on. In about 4 to 6 weeks, these guys are going to start looking like tall green hair. And then they're going to start flopping over. So you're going to need to give them a haircut. Just take your scissors and give them a good clipping down to about 3 to 4 inches from the soil surface. Now it feels wrong to cut your plants back like this. I get it. But by cutting the green growth, you're forcing it to stop growing up and start growing around and start producing better roots. And if you do this twice before you transplant them out, you're going to have thick, robust plants that are going to handle the transplant perfectly. Now these are going to stay in this tub, whether in the grow setup or in a cold frame, whatever you've got going on, for the next 10 to 12 weeks. They do take a while, but they're really hands off. So once you get them situated, maybe water, check on them once a week, they'll do just fine. When spring hits, I'm going to show you exactly how to tease these roots apart without breaking them and get them into the garden beds. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that part. Real food doesn't have to be complicated, and it shouldn't cost $3 for an onion. Thanks for watching Carter's Gardens, and we'll see you in the next one.